Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I am here with Mr. Shinobi to talk to you about his vet visit that he had yesterday to give you a medical update. So Mr. Shinobi had to be taken to the vets yesterday because he somehow injured his eye. We don't know what happened or how it happened, but I noticed that his eye was a little bit cloudy looking, which definitely wasn't normal. His eye looks much better today, so I'll just go ahead and insert a picture right now to show you what it looked like. This happened on Sunday, and on Sundays, of course, the vets and everything are closed, so we had to wait until Monday to bring him in and get him checked as soon as possible. I wasn't too worried because he was still eating and doing everything normally, but I definitely didn't want it to wait too long because I did not want it to get any worse than it was. So the vets found an ulcer on his left eye, definitely due to some sort of injury that he got on the eye. We don't know if it was just him scratching with his foot, or that he managed to poke himself in the eye with hay, or it could have even been a fight. We don't know what happened. All we know is that he definitely did injure it and it needed antibiotics for sure to get better. Thankfully, it was only on the surface of the eye and there wasn't too much damage, so it was something that could be easily resolved with the antibiotics that he prescribed. And he's had a few doses of the antibiotic already, and his eye is so much better already. I don't think you can even see the cloudiness anymore. Shinny, come here. I don't think he's gonna let us see his bad eye, since he probably thinks that I'm going to medicate it. He's been getting the medication every 4 hours, and I think he's getting a little bit tired of it. But it is definitely a huge improvement. You can barely see the cloudiness anymore. I don't think you can actually see it right now. If he would only turn around. When I discovered his cloudy eye, the little blood vessels around it were a little bit inflamed as well, but the vet told us that that was actually good news. That means that the body is working to try and repair the eye. If he did not see the blood vessels around the eye inflamed, that would have meant that his body had pretty much given up on the eye and the eye was just going to die. So that was great news, and with a little bit of medication we were able to resolve, and he is a lot better right now. I'm glad that we caught it on time and that it could be easily resolved with antibiotics. He was always active himself, eating normally, running around normally, so it didn't seem to bother him that much, but it's always good to take them as soon as you can, and not let it wait and have it get infected or have the whole situation get worse. Oh, he's finally showing his eye. There you can see that there's pretty much nothing. It's healed wonderfully. His only trauma was that the evil humans, dirty humans at the vet touched him and he had to clean himself afterwards, huh, Shinny? Yeah, was that horrible? Okay, I think I'm gonna put him back now because he seems to be getting a little impatient. Say bye to the camera, Shinny. Bye! Alright, so now that he's back in his cage, I can actually move on to talk about what they actually did with him, tests and stuff, since it was just way too hard to film holding him here since he was extremely wiggly. So anyway, here's just the sheet they gave me of what they found and such. So the diagnosis was corneal ulcer of the left eye, and then all the other stuff down here, the instructions for care are the same. The feeding is the usual diet. He gets no restrictions on exercise, nothing special at all. Medication, he was prescribed some gentamicin ointment, which we have been applying on his eye every 4 hours, and then we have to take him back on Friday to see how he's doing, and so far it's been healing fantastically well. And then the tests that were performed were the fluorescein stain on the left eye, which is kind of a greenish yellowish dye that they put in the eye so they can better see the damage that was caused, the blood vessels around the eye, so they can have an idea of how bad it is and what the plan of action will be. And you could actually see the ulcer really well with the staining on his eye. Thankfully, the damage was very superficial on the very surface of the eye. Not much damage was done, so it was something that could easily be resolved with the antibiotic that they gave me. And down here, just the next appointment, which is on Friday. And this vet that I go to is actually a teaching hospital that is affiliated to the local university, so you sometimes have the students around there for certain cases. And they also took some pictures of the staining that showed the ulcer on his eye, so they could show their classes. So I think that's very cool. And now moving on to the cost, so you can get an idea of how much such a fiasco costs. The vets in my area are all very expensive. There's just no way of getting around that wherever you go. However, I really don't mind paying it as long as I have a good vet, and that's why as soon as I find a good vet that's right for me and my pets, I stick to them. So, here we have the breakdown of how much everything cost. Just for walking in, just for them seeing him, excluding any ointment or tests that they did on him, it was $70. Then for the gentamicin ointment that we put on his eye, it was $30.15, and there's a little tube with the ointment. It's nothing too exciting. And then for the staining that they did on his eye, the test to see the damage, it was $22.40, and the grand total for it was $122.55, so definitely a very hefty vet bill. Since the vets in my area are very expensive, what I try to do every month is take a little bit of money and separate it towards vet visits in case I need it for an emergency, because vet costs can add up pretty quickly. So if the vets in your area are very expensive, as in my area, and you have quite a few pets, I definitely recommend that you save up some money every month towards vet visits, because you never know when they're going to get sick, when they're going to get injured, when they're going to need an emergency surgery, and all of that can add up very quickly. And also, if your pet gets injured in any way, please bring them into the vets as soon as possible. You don't want the situation to get much worse. In cases like Shinobi's, where the eyes are involved, bringing them into the vets as soon as possible could be the difference between saving or losing the eye. If you wait longer, it has a higher risk of getting infected. They could try to scratch at it and dig it out to the point where the eye wouldn't be savable anymore and would have to be removed, and a surgery is definitely a lot more expensive than a simple antibiotic ointment to treat it as soon as possible. So that is my video for today. Thankfully, Shinobi is doing a lot better and I am a lot more relieved. I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to post a video last weekend, but I was a little bit worried about Shinobi and wasn't really in the mood for filming, but hopefully I can make that up this weekend. I will post another video for you guys. So thank you for watching, and that is it for today. I will see you in my next video. Bye!